Weeds. They're the uninvited guests that never seem to leave. You pull them, they return. You spray them, they resist. It feels like a never-ending battle, doesn't it? But here's the truth. The best gardeners don't fight weeds. They outsmart them. And today we're diving into exactly how you can do that. No expensive gadgets, no toxic sprays, just proven science-backed techniques that make weeds vanish and stay gone for good. This is the timeless crops haven way. Smarter gardening that saves your back, your budget and your weekends. The secret to beating weeds starts underground. Every time you dig or till your soil, you're not just loosening dirt. You're waking up thousands of buried weed seeds. Seeds that have been sleeping for years suddenly find light, warmth and oxygen. And the moment they do, boom, a fresh weed invasion begins. That's why no-dig gardening has completely transformed how successful gardeners grow. Instead of disturbing the soil, you simply build on top of it. Here's how. Spread a 5 to 7 centimetre layer of mature compost directly over your beds. That's it. No turning, no mixing. The compost acts like a natural blanket. Weed seeds buried deeper than 2 centimetres stay in the dark, dormant and harmless, while any that try to sprout on the surface are smothered. Over time, earthworms and microbes take over, gently blending the compost into your soil, improving texture and fertility without you lifting a spade. In just 2 to 3 seasons, most gardeners see up to 90% fewer weeds, plus richer, softer soil that holds moisture beautifully. The takeaway? Don't dig harder. Let nature do the work for you. Got cardboard boxes piling up from deliveries? Perfect. They're about to become your best garden ally. When used right, cardboard forms one of the most powerful weed barriers you can make. It blocks up to 96% of sunlight, cutting weeds off from the energy they need to grow. Lay down flattened, plain cardboard, no shiny coatings or coloured ink, directly over your garden bed. Overlap each sheet by about 10 centimetres so you know no light sneaks through. Once it's all in place, drench it thoroughly. Think 1 to 2 litres of water per square metre, until the cardboard feels soft and flexible. This helps it mould to the ground and, well, stay in place. Now for the finishing touch. Add 8 to 10 centimetres of compost or natural mulch on top. That top layer holds moisture, looks tidy, and starts feeding your soil immediately. Within 6 to 12 months, the cardboard will break down completely, turning into nutrient-rich organic matter while keeping your soil structure intact. Unlike synthetic weed mats that suffocate roots and trap water, cardboard allows the perfect balance of airflow and drainage. It's cheap, sustainable, and honestly, seriously effective. If your garden feels like a constant bend and pull workout, raised beds are the answer, not just for comfort, but for control. When you raise your growing area about 60 centimetres high, you create a natural barrier that makes it harder for creeping weeds to invade. But here's the real secret weapon. Plant a living mulch inside your raised beds. Try white clover. It forms a dense green carpet that blocks sunlight from reaching the soil surface while adding nitrogen and improving soil structure as it grows. This simple combo, raised height, plus living cover can cut weed pressure by up to 70%, all while keeping your soil cooler and more fertile. Think of it as a double-layer defense. Height keeps weeds out, clover keeps them down. If there's one move that guarantees victory in the weed war, it's mulch. Thick, rich, consistent mulch. A layer of clean wood chips, about 5 to 8 centimetres deep, can completely transform your garden's ecosystem. Mulch blocks sunlight, preventing weed seeds from germinating. But that's just the beginning. It also keeps your soil up to 25% more hydrated, which means, happier plants during dry spells and less time spent watering. Here's how to keep it effective. Never let your mulch layer dip below 5 centimetres. Anything thinner breaks down too fast and lets light through. Check it twice a year, ideally in early spring and late summer, and, top it up as needed. So, here's a tip worth remembering. Stick to untreated, natural wood chips. You really want to avoid those dyed or chemically treated types because, they can harm your soil microbiome. Once you get into a consistent mulch routine, weeds just, stop showing up. And the few that do manage to appear are so shallow-rooted they pull out effortlessly. Here's something many gardeners tend to overlook. How you water actually affects how weeds grow. Overhead sprinklers might seem convenient at first, but they end up soaking everything, including all those weed seeds just lying on the surface. Honestly, those few drops are all it takes for weeds to sprout. The smarter move? Root-targeted irrigation. A slow, low-flow drip system delivers water straight to your plant roots, keeping the top few centimetres of soil nice and dry. That dryness, it's pretty much deadly to weed seeds. All right, so to get started, just set up a simple drip line system, attach it to a timer and run it for about 15 to 20 minutes each morning, depending on your weather and soil type. You'll end up using less water, your crops will get stronger, and honestly, you'll be starving weeds of the moisture they crave. Efficient, eco-friendly, and effective. It's honestly one of the easiest upgrades you can make for long-term weed control. Each of these methods works on its own, but the real magic happens when you layer them together. A no-dig foundation keeps dormant weed seeds buried. Cardboard mulch blocks sunlight, raised beds with living cover crowd weeds out. Wood chips lock in moisture while cutting off light. And root-focused watering prevents new seeds from ever sprouting. When you combine these layers, you're not fighting weeds, you're preventing them from even existing. Over time, your garden becomes what every grower dreams of: low maintenance, high yield, and naturally balanced. Instead of spending hours pulling, spraying, or tilling, you'll spend just minutes maintaining. And, really enjoying a garden that practically runs itself. A truly weed-free garden isn't about brute force. It's about smart design. Every time you protect your soil, every layer of mulch you maintain, and every clever watering choice you make, it all adds up to a garden where weeds simply don't belong. So, stop battling nature and, start working with it. Build layers, use compost wisely, water efficiently, and let the soil's own ecosystem handle the rest. If you found this guide helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Timeless Crops Haven for more gardening wisdom that saves time, money and effort. And hey, share this with a fellow gardener who's tired of the endless weeding grind.